Hello and a warm welcome to Well This Week by latestlaws.com. This is a weekly program, so hit the bell icon to get notification for new videos. My name is Sheetal Joon, Associate Editor, latestlaws.com, and let's begin with Supreme Court this week. This week, the Supreme Court delivered a split verdict in Karnataka Hijab Ban case, while Justice Hemant Gupta dismissed appeals challenging Karnataka High Court's order that upheld the state government's decision to ban wearing hijabs in educational institutions. Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia allowed the same in view of fundamental rights. The division bench of Justice Dinesh Maheshwari and Justice Bela M. Trivedi, while dealing with an appeal, ordered expeditious proceedings for the same and observed that a balance of the operation of the rules of procedure is also required to be ensured so as to avoid any likely prejudice to any of the parties. The Apex Court has observed that even if a subsequent allottee do not have an independent right, he or she still has a right to be heard and to make submission defending the order of cancellation. The Supreme Court has rejected petition seeking setting up of a pre-screening committee for web series, films and other programs that are directly released on online platforms. Wondering on the same, the bench comprising of Chief Justice U. Lalit and Justice Bela M. Trivedi stated that under the present legislation, OTT is excluded and there will be various issues as transmission occur from other countries. The division bench of Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice Bela M. Trivedi has ruled that post-dated cheque issued as security will be covered under Section 138 Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 if the cheque that is dishonored does not represent the enforceable debt at the time of encashment. No offence is made out. Next we have Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court has held that in terms of interpretation of a will, it should be looked from the viewpoint of a layman and not lawman, and be harmoniously construed under all circumstances. The division bench, while comparing it to sailor on a ship sailing in the same direction, further observed that as far as possible, all clauses in a will are to be given equal importance, benefit and uniformity in conjunction with each other and not taken disjointly. In a win for popular cafe chain CHAIOPS in the trademark dispute, the defendant has declared that it would change its mark from CHAIOPS to CHAIAPPS. It agreed that it would change the mark in the existing outlets and also change the name of its domain and emails and remove all references of the earlier mark from the World Wide Web, including websites, social media platforms, food delivery platforms, e-commerce websites or any third-party websites. The single judge bench of the Delhi High Court has made it clear that district judge or a judicial officer of not less than 10 years standing is competent to hear appeals under Section 9 of the Public Premises Eviction of Unauthorized Occupants Act 1971. Hearing a petition against NDMC, the court stated that had the legislature intended so, it could have mentioned in the provision itself. The single judge bench of the Delhi High Court has expounded that the primordial consideration in proceedings under the Maintenance and Welfare of Parent and Senior Citizens Act 2007 is the necessity to protect and secure the life and property of the complainant senior citizens. The court stated that it shouldn't be treated like ordinary civil litigation, where the issue of grant of stay on eviction is governed by the principle of prima facie case, balance of convenience and irreplaceable loss. The Delhi High Court has held that the income tax is not leviable on the interest income from fixed deposit receipts till the date of the final arbitral award, where the ownership of such FDRs finally get established. Now, let's have an overview of other high courts. Asking the advocates to exercise some discretion while annexing pictures with the petition, the Bombay High Court in a warning said photographs which are highly objectionable should be avoided for the sake of privacy rights. The court imposed a fine of Rs 25,000 on the council and noted that advocates failed to realize that these petitions placed before the registry get circulated through various departments, exposing the parties involved in the photographs. The Allahabad High Court has held that a married Muslim man with living wife cannot remarry if he is incapable of dealing justly with the orphans. The court emphasized on the mandate in the Holy Quran and observed that bigamy is not sanctified unless a man can do justice to orphans, who in the appeal were respondent wife and her children. The Bombay High Court has held that missing of ticket is not a ground for denial of compensation under Section 124A of the Railways Act. Disapproving of contradictory stand in disciplinary proceedings and before court, the Karnataka High Court has directed that the Managing Director of State Road Transport Corporation to issue necessary directions in maintaining uniform facts in motor accident claim matters. The Bombay High Court has observed that the concerned authorities should refrain from passing an order of suspension of license under Rule 6(1) of the Drugs and Cosmetic Rules 1945 without properly considering the explanation given by the concerned party. Moving on to miscellaneous news. The Supreme Court has issued notice on the petition seeking declaration of all forms of unilateral extrajudicial talaq, including talaq-e-kinaya and talaq-e-ban, as void and unconstitutional. The Delhi High Court has framed charges relating to murder, attempt to murder, rioting, unlawful assembly and other sections, including criminal conspiracy against Olympian Sushil Kumar and 17 others in the murder case of junior wrestler Sagar Dhankad. The High Court of Kerala has expressed shock and disbelief at the alleged human sacrifice case in Kerala and asked where the state is headed. Justice Diwan Ramachandran remarked that it is beyond absurd that in the path of becoming modern, we are getting distracted and behaving strangely, which is a bad influence on the future generations. The centre has told the Apex Court that the methodology of the electoral bond scheme is completely transparent mode of political funding and it is impossible to get black money or unaccounted money. The court is in process to hear petition against the scheme introduced via Financial Bill 2017. The Supreme Court has refused to entertain a PIL seeking direction to prevent under-trial prisoners from being produced in court to ensure safety of judges, prisoners and others inside the courtroom. The bench comprising of Chief Justice U. Lalit, Justice Ravindra Bhatt and Justice Bella M. Trivedi underlined that accused being produced to court is fundamental to criminal justice system. Defending CGI designate Justice D.Y. Chandrachud from scandalous complaint against him, PCI, SCBA, BBA, TNBA and AIJA has passed resolutions, showing faith in him and praising his impeccable record as Supreme Court judge. The bodies have also questioned the credence of the complainant and has demanded disciplinary action against him. In the last, we have international news. This week, the High Court in London began hearing evidence from the two leading experts in the field of psychiatry to determine the level of suicide risk faced by Nirav Modi if he is extradited to India to face charges of fraud and money laundering in the PNB loan scam case. The authors of a report titled Law in the Emerging Bio-Age has said that the granting legal rights and protection to non-human entities such as animals, trees and rivers is essential if countries are to tackle climate breakdown and biodiversity loss. WhatsApp, together with its parent company Meta, has started legal action against 3 Chinese companies whom it claims has misled over 1 million WhatsApp users into self-compromising their accounts as part of an account takeover attack. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. This is a weekly program and to get more information, please check the description box, and for weekly updates, like and subscribe to our channel.